Can you solve all these Class 10, Science, Chapter 10 light reflection and refraction questions? Converging lens?
Well picked. Convex lens is the correct answer.
A concave mirror? Perfect. Curves inwards is the correct choice. What does reflection mean? Exactly. Bouncing light makes sense. The unit of power of lens is? You got it. Your choice diopter is right. Reflection is when light dash. Great job. Bounces is the accurate answer. What particles make up light? Good thinking. Photons is the right answer. Objects that reflect well are? Nicely done. Smooth, shiny surfaces is a solid answer. Image formed by plane mirror is? Excellent. Virtual and erect is a brilliant choice. Focal length of plane mirror is? Well done. At infinity is the right choice. Magnifying power of a concave lens is? Smart pick. Always 1 is the correct choice. An object that absorbs light is called a... Nice work. You chose medium and it is correct. A mirror having focal length 15 cm is dash. Correct. Concave mirror is the right answer. Myopia can be removed by using a lenses of? Clear logic. Your choice concave lens is sound. Power of the lens is 5T. Its focal length is? Excellent choice. Zerum is the right answer. Image formed by a convex spherical mirror is? On track. Virtual is the correct answer. What kind of image can be obtained on a screen? Strong choice. Real image is the right answer. The formula to calculate the refractive index is? Nice selection. N equal Tosca V is the correct and valid answer. Magnification has a plus sign. Then the image is?
Great thinking. Virtual and erect is the right choice.
Power of a lens is the dash of its focal length.
Correct response. Reciprocal is the most accurate answer.
The power of a lens having focal length 50 cm is?
Sharp thinking. 2D is the right choice.
Image formed by reflection from a plane mirror is? You chose virtual and erect, and it is correct. The optical phenomena, twinkling of stars, is due to?
Right choice. Atmospheric refraction is the best answer.
Describe an application of Snell's law in real life. Solid response. Eyeglasses design is a valid choice. An object that allows light to go through dash. Light. Valid point. Transmits is true. When light hits an area and bounces back, it is called? Right again? Reflection is a valid answer. The magnification is always 1 for the following mirror. Smart move. Plane mirror is an accurate answer.
If the power of a lens is 2D, what is its focal length?
50 cm is the answer. Which mirror, convex or concave, has larger field of view? Well reasoned. Convex mirror is the correct choice. Virtual images formed by a convex mirror are always dash. Good job. Upright and diminished works well here.
A concave mirror forms a point-sized image for an object at.
You're right. Infinity is the correct answer. The relation between focal length and radius of curvature is... Well picked. F equal to R/2 is the correct answer. The mirror for which the magnification is always less than 1. Smart pick. Convex mirror is the correct choice. A convex lens has a focal length of 10 cm. What is its power? On track. Plus 10 diopter is the correct answer. The type of mirror used in reflector in automobile lights is... Excellent choice. Concave mirror is the right answer. Refractive index of a medium with respect to vacuum is called... Excellent. Absolute refractive index is a brilliant choice. In optics, an object which has higher refractive index is called... Well done. Optically denser is the right choice. The radius of curvature of a mirror is 20 cm. The focal length is... Correct. 10 cm is the right answer. How is light affected by an increase in the index of refraction? You chose its speed decreases, and it is correct. Bending of light when it passes from one medium to another is called... Correct response. Refraction is the most accurate answer.
Which of the following mirrors is used by Archimedes to burn the ships?
Right choice. Concave is the best answer. The path along which light travels in a homogeneous medium is called a... Sharp thinking. Ray of light is the right choice. The point on the spherical mirror at the middle of the surface is called... Bravo! Pole is the answer. A positive sign in the value of magnification indicates that the image is... Good thinking. Virtual is the right answer.
In which direction a ray of light bends when it goes from water to glass?
Solid response. Towards the normal is a valid choice.
Convex lens focus a real, point-sized image at focus. The object is placed.
Exactly. At infinity makes sense.
Where is the object placed in front of concave mirror to get virtual image? Right again. Between mirror and F is a valid answer. When light passes from air to water, what happens to the speed of the light? You got it. Your choice slows down is right.
If the magnification produced by a lens has a negative value, the image will be...
Perfect. Virtual and direct is the correct choice. Where will be the images of the sun or the moon are formed by a concave mirror? Strong choice. Focus is the right answer. When the object is placed between F and 2F of a convex lens, the image formed is... Nicely done. Beyond 2F is a solid answer.
If an object is placed at the focus of a concave mirror, where is the image formed?
Smart move. At infinity is an accurate answer. A concave mirror gives real, inverted, and same-size image if the object is placed. Well reasoned. At C is the correct choice. Coming back of light rays to the same medium when they fall on a body is known as... You're right. Reflection is the correct answer. When parallel rays are incident on a concave mirror on reflection, they meet at the... Great job. Focus is the accurate answer.
What is the relation between radius of curvature r and focal length f of a mirror? Good job. R equal to 2f works well here.
A medium in which light travels comparatively faster than the other medium is called an.
Clear logic. Your choice optically rarer medium is sound. First law of reflection states that the angle of incidence is dash angle of reflection. Nice selection. Equal to is the correct and valid answer.
Which of the following is not the characteristics of the image formed on a plane mirror?
Great thinking. Enlarged is the right choice. What happens to the speed of light when it enters a medium with a higher refractive index? Nice work. You chose it decreases, and it is correct. When light goes from one material to another, it becomes bent. What term means bent? Valid point. Refracted is true. An object AB is placed in front of a convex lens at its principal focus the image will be formed at. Bravo! Infinity is the answer. The magnification of an object placed 10 cms from a convex mirror of radius of curvature 20 cm will be. Correct. 0.5 is the right answer. The minimum distance between an object and its real image formed by a convex lens of focal length f is. Strong choice. Fourth is the right answer. Two lenses of power plus 2.5D and 3.75D are combined to form a compound lens. Its focal length in cm will be. Good job. 80 works well here. When a ray of light enters from one medium to another having different optical densities, it bends. BQs. Great job. Speed of light changes is the accurate answer. A convex and a concave lens of equal focal length behaves as a regular glass slab receiving light normally. Nice work. You chose false and it is correct. A dash, a mirror is used as a head mirror by the doctors to concentrate light on the body parts to be examined. Great thinking. Concave is the right choice. A ray of light coming parallel to the principal axis after passing through a convex lens has passed through it. Sharp thinking. Focus is the right choice. A point object is placed at a distance of 20 cm from a convex mirror of focal length 20 cm. The image will form at. Smart pick. Behind the mirror is the correct choice. An object is placed at the center of curvature of a concave mirror. The distance between the object and its image is. Right choice. 0 is the best answer. A person standing in front of a mirror finds his image larger than himself. This shows that mirror is convex in nature. Good thinking. False is the right answer.
A child walks towards a fixed plane mirror at a speed of 5 km/h. The velocity of the image with respect to mirror is.
You're right. 5 km/h is the correct answer.
No matter how far you stand from a spherical mirror, your image appears erect. The mirror may be plane or convex mirror.
Nicely done. True is a solid answer.
An object at a distance of 30 cm from a concave mirror gets its image at the same point. The focal length of the mirror is.
Excellent. 15 cm is a brilliant choice. The deviation of light ray from its path when it travels from one transparent medium to another transparent medium is called. Smart move. Refraction is an accurate answer.
Which position of the object will produce a magnified virtual image if a concave mirror of focal length 15 cm is being used?
Clear logic. Your choice 10 cm is sound. What is happening in this picture? On track. Refraction is the correct answer. A concave mirror gives virtual, refract, an enlarged image of the object, but image of smaller size than the size of the object is. Well picked. Between P and F is the correct answer.
Light has the highest velocity in which medium? Flint glass N equal to 170, barium glass N equal 160, crown glass N equal to 1.523, water N equal to 133, diamond N equal to 245.
Exactly. Water makes sense. A lens of focal length 12 cm forms an erect image 3 times the size of the object. The distance between the object and image is... You got it! Your choice 8 cm is right. What is the angle of reflection equal to? Well done. The angle of incidence is the right choice. A concave mirror has a focal length of 25 cm. A person wants to see his face in this mirror. At what distance should the person stand? Perfect, 20 cm is the correct choice.
The image formed by a concave mirror is real, inverted and of the same size as that of the object. The position of the object should be...
Valid point. At C is true. Glass has a dash index of refraction than air. Right again. Greater is a valid answer.
An object is placed 40 cm in front of a convex mirror. The image appears 15 cm behind the mirror. What is the focal length of the mirror?
Excellent choice. 24 is the right answer. A doctor has prescribed a corrective lens of power, plus 1.5D. Find the focal length of the lens. Is the prescribed lens diverging or converging? Nice selection. 66.7 converging is the correct and valid answer. Light bouncing off a mirror is an example of diash. Well reasoned. Reflection is the correct choice. If a man's face is 25 cm in front of concave shaving mirror producing erect image 1.5 times the size of face, focal length of the mirror would be... Correct response. 75 cm is the most accurate answer. An object 5 cm in length is placed at a distance of 20 cm and in front of a convex mirror or radius of curvature 30 cm. The position of the image is... Solid response. 8.57 cm is a valid choice. You are given water, mustard oil, glycerin, and kerosene. In which of these media a ray of light incident obliquely at same angle would bend the most? You chose glycerin, and it is correct.
A lens of focal length 12 cm forms an erect image 3 times the size of the object. The object distance measured from the optical center will be...
Well reasoned. 8 cm is the correct choice. The fact that two angles are the same is an example of dash. Right again. Law of reflection is a valid answer. Light traveling through the air moves in a straight line. An object viewed through water looks different because light rays that travel through water are. Right choice. Bent is the best answer. An object is placed at a distance of 30 cm from a concave lens of focal length 30 cm. Use lens formula to determine the distance of the image from the lens. On track, 15 cm is the correct answer. Refractive index of diamond with respect to glass is 1.6. If the absolute refractive index of glass is 1.5, then the absolute refractive index of diamond is... Good job, 2.4 works well here. A concave mirror produces 3 times magnified image on a screen. If the object is placed 20 cm in front of the mirror, how far is the screen from the object?
You got it. Your choice 40 cm is right.
A virtual image 3 times the size of the object is obtained with a concave mirror of radius of curvature 36 cm. The distance of the object from the mirror is...
Good thinking. 12 cm is the right answer. Which of the following characteristics are correct for the image formed in a plane mirror? Eye, upright eye, inverted ear. Relief, same as the object for. Virtual. Excellent choice. Eve is the right answer. What is the best explanation for Mickey seeing himself in the mirror?
Nice selection. Reflection is the correct and valid answer. The diagrams showing the correct path of the ray after passing through the...
Clear logic. Your choice, I and IA, is sound. The line 90 degrees through the refracting or reflecting surface is called? Excellent. Normal is a brilliant choice.
The refractive index of dense flint glass is 1.65, and for alcohol it is 1.36 with respect to air. Then the refractive index of the dense flint glass with respect to alcohol is...
Smart pick. 1.21 is the correct choice.
Refractive index of glass with respect to air is 1.5 and refractive index of water with respect to air is 4.3. What will be the refractive index of glass with respect to water?
Solid response. 1.125 is a valid choice. 3 times magnified an erect image is formed by a concave mirror of focal length 20 cm and radius of curvature 40 cm. The object is placed between -cm and -cm from the pole. Perfect. 099 is the correct choice. David is observing his image in a plane mirror. The distance between the mirror and his image is 5 m. If he moves 1 towards the mirror, then the distance between David and his image will be... You chose A, ma'am, and it is correct. Diagram shows the condition of a spoon in a glass of water. What can be observed about the spoon? Great job. The spoon looks bent is the accurate answer. Case study 2 equal tour. Based on the diagram shown, what kind of lens samadhi need to make the telescope?
Smart move. Convex lens is an accurate answer.
Case study 1. If the radius of the curvature of a concave mirror is 12 cm, then the focal length will be... Sharp thinking. 6 cm is the right choice. The illustration shows a light ray striking an object. In the illustration, the light ray striking the object is... Strong choice. Reflected is the right answer. A light ray enters from medium A to medium B as shown in figure. The refractive index of medium B relative to A will be... Well picked. Greater than unity is the correct answer. Case study 2 equal tour. If the power of lens L1 and L2 are in the ratio of 4:1, what would be the ratio of the focal length of L2 and L1? Valid point. 4:1 is true. A light ray is incident on a concave mirror which passes through the center of curvature of a concave mirror. Which of these rays indicates the reflected ray? Correct. Only ray 1 is the right answer. Beams of light are incident through the holes A and B and emerge out of box through the holes C and D respectively as shown in the figure. Which of the following could be inside the box? You're right. A rectangular glass slab is the correct answer. The pictures shows what a student observed when he looked through a hand lens at a penny.
What happens to light passing through a hand lens that makes the image of the penny appear larger? The light is...
Bravo! Refracted is the answer.
How you will get all these quiz questions in PDF books format.
Nicely done. Contact Narayan Chengda on Facebook is a solid answer.